let's start off by talking about how I've grown as a reflective individual. So, this story takes place when I first started out as a medical assistant. And when I was just starting out the job, I had a really hard time finding a lot of medications within the system, either because I couldn't spell them wrong or I was just too new to the program. And I remember this one day I was checking in a patient who had cancer, of course, and they told me about a new medication that they started taking. And for some reason, I just could not find it within the system. And I was searching for it for a long time, and I started to get really flustered and embarrassed as I could feel the gaze of the patient and their wife just beaming on me. And at some point, I just gave up and decided to move on with the check-in process. However, my conscience weighed on me, and in the moment, I reminded myself that the reason I have this job is to help people recover from their cancer diagnosis, not to build my ego or to protect it. And their health is much more important than that. So at the end of the check-in, I admitted to them that I still hadn't found the medication, and I asked them to just spell it out for me. And sure enough, after they spelled it out for me, I swiftly found the correct medication. So a couple things I learned from this situation was that it's very important to take your time to do things right, and that your own ego is not nearly as important as the patient's health outcomes. And I also learned that it's very important to trust your conscience because it's likely leading you in the right direction and can be very helpful in those difficult moments. So when it comes to how I can use this experience to help when working alongside my public issue, I think the biggest thing I learned about being a reflective individual in this scenario is that your gut and your conscience are very important to follow. And genetically modified organisms have become a norm within our society, but just because something is a norm doesn't mean it's okay. And something in my gut says that this isn't something that should be consumed at the volume it is. And it's just very important to trust your intuition and your conviction and resist negative health norms. I mean, even smoking used to be a socially normalized thing. So I think it's very important just to trust yourself and to fight back against things that don't feel right.